Have you ever seen a horse standing completely still in the snow on a freezing morning and thought, how are they not freezing right now? We're bundled up in thick boots and layered socks, and our toes go numb in minutes. Meanwhile, the horse is just standing there, calm, relaxed, completely fine. It looks impossible, but what most people don't realize is that horses have an internal heating system in their legs that is so efficient it changes how you think about winter care entirely. And by the end of this video, you might even rethink whether your horse really needs that expensive blanket you just bought. Let's start with the biggest mistake people make. Most owners assume that if they feel cold, their horse must feel cold too. That's simply not true. Horses are actually most comfortable between about 5 and 10 degrees Celsius, around 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. For us, that already feels chilly. That's jacket weather. But horses evolved long before barns, heated water buckets, or insulated rugs. They survived on open plains where winter was harsh, wind was relentless, and shelter was limited. Over thousands of years, evolution shaped them into masters of cold weather efficiency. They grow a dense winter coat over powerful muscles. They have a deep chest that protects vital organs, large lungs that warm icy air before it reaches the body. And then there's something even more impressive, their legs. When you look at a horse's legs, they seem thin and vulnerable compared to that strong body above, but that's actually part of the design. Below the knee and hock, there is very little muscle, mostly bone, tendon, and ligament, and those tissues require far less blood flow than muscle does. Less blood flow means less heat is needed to keep them functioning. But here's where it gets brilliant. Inside the leg, arteries carrying warm blood downward run right beside veins carrying cold blood back upward. As they pass each other, heat transfers internally from the warm blood to the cooler, returning blood. So by the time blood reaches the lower leg and hoof, it has already cooled. That means less heat escapes into the snow. And by the time blood returns to the body, it has already absorbed warmth again. This system is called countercurrent heat exchange. It's like a built-in recycling system for heat. That's why horses can stand on frozen ground, in icy streams, even on packed snow, without tissue damage or discomfort. They don't heat the snow. They conserve their own warmth. If you touch a horse's lower leg on a winter day, you'll notice it feels cool. Not icy, not numb, just cool. That isn't a problem. That's proof the system is working. So how do you actually know if your horse is cold? This part is important because every horse is different. An older horse, a clipped horse, or a horse that grew up in a warm climate may need more support. Here are the signs to look for. First, posture changes. If your horse stands slightly hunched, looks tense, or moves stiffly, that can be early discomfort. Second, shivering. Shivering is a natural heat-producing response, but if you see it, that means the horse is actively struggling to stay warm. That's when intervention makes sense. But if your horse is moving freely, relaxed, eating normally, and behaving as usual, the temperature may be perfectly comfortable for them, even if it looks cold to you. Cold climate breeds like Icelandics or Norwegian fjords are built for winter. Thick coats, compact bodies, strong fat coverage. Thoroughbreds and finer frame breeds may lose heat faster and often grow lighter winter coats. This is why you must evaluate the individual horse, not just the thermometer. Now let's talk about what horses actually need to regulate temperature naturally. First, shelter. Not necessarily a closed barn, but protection from wind, freezing rain, and heavy snow. Even a simple three-sided run-in shed can make a huge difference. Second, constant access to hay. This is critical. When horses digest forage, fermentation in the hindgut produces heat. It functions like an internal furnace. When temperatures drop, horses need more hay, not necessarily more grain. That fiber digestion is their primary heating source. Third, movement. If horses can move freely, they generate body heat through muscle activity. Restricted horses lose that advantage. Fourth, rolling. When a horse rolls, it fluffs the coat and allows air to circulate between hairs. That helps dry sweat naturally and maintains insulation. And finally, avoid over-grooming. The natural oils in the coat create water resistance. That slightly dirty winter coat? It's insulation. When you shampoo or strip those oils away, you remove protection. It may not look pretty, but it works. Now let's talk about when blankets actually make sense. If your horse is clipped, you've removed their natural insulation. In that case, you must replace it appropriately. Senior horses often struggle to maintain weight and body heat, so blanketing can help conserve energy. Horses recovering from illness, injury, or those who are underweight may also need extra support. And if a horse lacks shelter or freedom to move, blanketing may be necessary. But here's what people forget. Once you start blanketing regularly, you override the horse's natural thermoregulation. You have to stay consistent. You can't blanket one night and remove it randomly the next without considering temperature swings. You must choose appropriate weights, check for sweating, and ensure the horse isn't overheating, because a sweating horse under a blanket that later chills is at greater risk than one left unblanketed. Blanketing is not a quick fix, it's a management decision. So here's the takeaway. Horses are not humans. Their comfort zone is different, their biology is different. For most healthy horses with shelter, hay and space to move, winter is not the enemy. In fact, many horses prefer cold, dry weather to hot, humid summers. Your responsibility is observation. Watch your horse. Are they relaxed, moving freely, eating well, or are they tense, stiff, and shivering? If they're comfortable, don't interfere. Let their systems do what evolution designed them to do. But if they're elderly, clipped, underweight, or showing signs of stress, then provide support thoughtfully. The next time you see a horse standing quietly in falling snow, remember what's happening inside those legs. Warm blood flowing down, cool blood flowing up, heat transferring constantly and efficiently. A body designed for winter. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you blanket your horse? Have you seen them thrive in cold weather? Leave a comment below. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical insights into horse health and care. I'll see you in the next video.